Hello everyone, welcome to your Hurricane Dorian update for Wednesday, September 4th, 2019. So we're going to zoom into this image right now, and I'm working with very limited resources because the Wi-Fi here at Long Island Jewish is just the worst, and it's not fast, and I can't literally load Tropical Tidbits. I was going to use Tropical Tidbits to show you the models, but I'm thinking maybe later tonight I might have to do it when I get home because, again, I'll tell you guys this right now. The Ethernet cable here at this hospital, Tidbits loaded up like that. Wi-Fi doesn't even load up. So I have these images, and I was even able to load up the public information statement from the National Hurricane Center. So let's try to get you now some very important things that I need to show you all. So right now, the concern is, of course, in Jacksonville, Florida. They're seeing the brunt of Dorian right now. Later tonight, we will see the brunt going into Savannah, Georgia. And then tomorrow, we will see something devastating and destructive along the coastline of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Then by Thursday night into Friday, we are expecting devastating conditions along the North Carolina coast. This includes Cape Hatteras. Then, by Friday, Norfolk, Virginia should definitely be on alert because right now, hurricane warnings are issued for the Hampton Roads region. Wakefield, I think they issued it earlier this morning, the office down there, but also tropical storm watches have been issued for Accomack and Northampton County, Virginia. However, later today, there is a possibility that the National Weather Service office in Wakefield, Virginia, could determine that a tropical storm watch would be likely for Delmarva. So this would include definitely Worcester, I would say, along the coast where Ocean City is. Wicomico, I can't really say at the moment. That's up to Wakefield, but from my determination, I would say Worcester County should be on high alert because it's definitely possible. Now, storm surge. This is what we need to talk about right now. If it's a blurry image, I do apologize. This is very alarming for Myrtle Beach. That 5 to 8 feet storm surge is potential in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And again, it goes up to Norfolk. Now, what I can't understand is, why isn't this graphic potentially showing that 1 to 3 foot storm surge is potential in Accomack and Northampton? See, this is where the Weather Channel should be monitoring it. So let's just get to the cone of uncertainty. So, thankfully, the good thing is this cone, and I really wish I could zoom in, unless maybe it won't let me. And I do apologize about the noises because I'm working under, these conditions right now because I'm in the cafeteria. So, the cone of uncertainty is now shifting along the coast of Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, and Hampton Roads in the Virginia area. Now, again, it's the Carolinas that has the most concern right now. Then you look at the Hampton Roads, Accomack and Northampton. That's a possibility that tropical storm conditions are expected. Now we go to winds. So pretty much the entire East Coast, and especially here in New York, we could see winds. And definitely in Delmarva, there's winds expected. So there are potential tropical force winds expected. Now, as far as the wind speed, that's a good question. That's up to official meteorologists to determine, can we say that the storm is going to get too close? Is it going to be closer to the shore where Cat 1 conditions are possible, where it's 74 miles an hour? That's the question that would need to be answered within the next 48 hours. So again, 48 hours is a reasonable time frame to say, well, we have until Friday to get this right, or maybe even by tomorrow for all we know, because 24 hours, at least we get a better idea of what to expect. So here's the 11 a.m. advisory. This is advisory 45. So 3 important things we need to mention here. Life-threatening storm surge and dangerous winds are expected along portions of the Florida East Coast and the coast of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, regardless of the exact track the Dorian center. Water levels could rise well in advance of the arrival of strong winds. Residents in these areas should follow advice given by local elected officials. So, this is very important. The risk of dangerous storm surge, wind, and rain impacts along portions of the Virginia coast and the southern Chesapeake Bay continue to increase. Residents in these areas should continue to monitor the progress of Dorian. And lastly, flash flooding will become increasingly likely across coastal Georgia into the eastern Carolinas tonight into Friday. There is a high risk of flash flooding over coastal sections of the Carolinas where significant life-threatening flash flooding is expected. So, we do have rainfall. And I'll quickly want to show you this because I think this is very important. So all of the models are in agreement that everything's going to hug along the Carolina coast. So this is definitely a Cat 2 in the making, downgrading into a Cat 1. So flash flooding, again, I'm very concerned about Myrtle Beach, South Carolina right now. I think they could definitely see something catastrophic. Now this graphic will update within the next 24 to 48 hours. So if you're in Virginia and you're in North Carolina, you need to pay attention to this specific graph on the National Hurricane Center's website because this is the one that could determine, well, this is what we're going to see. And the concern again is high tide. I live in a beach town and I literally worry if we get a hurricane in Ocean City, Maryland, that we could see high tide getting worse on Friday. Well, that's something I got to keep an eye on. But you guys in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and you went through this last year. You guys went through this last year. It's deja vu all over again. So, unfortunate that Myrtle Beach for the second straight year in a row has to deal with these conditions. And then look at the rain. Look at the rain in Horry County. This is just unbelievable. Now, thankfully, the pink is not showing up. Now, if the pink was showing up, that would really be devastating, but still, flash flooding is expected in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So before I get to the weather statement, stay tuned onto this YouTube channel. The next 48 hours are very crucial. I will try to live stream some affiliates the next couple of days. I don't know where I'm going to be able to get my coverage from, but I'll let you guys know what's up. I'll see what I can live stream on my channel in the next 48 to 72 hours if warranted, because 72 hours would be Saturday afternoon. I would say, to be fair, let's see, 60 hours. Yeah, that would be reasonable. That would be Friday night, so that's 60 hours. So the next 60 hours are very, let me think. Right, wee hours of Saturday morning, so that's 60 plus hours. So I'll be right back. I'm going to show you all the statement from the National Hurricane Center. So here's the public advisory that came out at 11 o'clock this morning. So again, hurricane warning going along the North Carolina coast. Dorian's moving parallel to the coast of northeastern Florida. So let's just try to get the pressure. So it's going up, thank goodness. So yeah, storm surge warning. So again, this is what concerns me. So again, we have Hampton Roads. This is what I am very concerned about. So I'm not really going to get into more specifics. So here's what it says. On this track, the core of Dorian will move parallel to the Florida East Coast and the Georgia coast through tonight. The center of Dorian is forecast to move near or over the coast of South Carolina and North Carolina Thursday into Friday. Maximum sustained winds are near 105 miles an hour with higher gusts. Slow weakening is expected during the next few days. However, Dorian is expected to remain a powerful hurricane during this time. Hurricane force winds extend outward to 70 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend out to 175 miles. So I'm not really going to get into that. Okay, tropical storm conditions will begin within the hurricane warning areas for the Carolinas later today. Hurricane conditions by later tonight into Thursday. So again, tomorrow is the day that Myrtle Beach, South Carolina should be on guard for. So again, this is just too alarming. Storm surge in Myrtle Beach, 4 to 7 feet. So that is definitely concerning. Hampton Roads, I would say 2 to 4 feet from what this is saying. But again, Accomack and Northampton, that's too close to call. I gave a forecast of 1 to 3, but we'll see how that ends up. And look how specific this thing is. Coastal Carolinas, 5 to 10 inches, isolated 15 inches of rain. So there could be some purple from that chart earlier. Southeast Virginia, 3 to 6 inches. Oh, and this is not good. Tornado or 2 are possible along the immediate coast of Georgia later this afternoon. Isolated tornadoes possible from this evening to Thursday across the coastal Carolinas. So, with that, I'm going to wrap this up for Dorian. I'm going to try to see if I can live stream around 5:30 tonight on my channel, because again, this is very, very important that I must get into. As far as a Queen's news update is concerned, again, due to Dorian, the Queen's news update's probably going to have to be pushed back until next week. So I'm aiming to upload stories about my home borough on Thursday, the 12th. That's the goal right now. I'm going to try to see if I can record it next Wednesday, the 11th, because hopefully we don't have to worry about any more hurricanes. But that's going to wrap up this quick update. Thank you all for watching. So the next one, please take care.